85-pound senior. And at number 72, All-American John Elliott. Jumbo John checks in at 306 pounds.
Arizona State getting ready to come out on the field, and I talked to quarterback Jeff Van Raphorst a few moments ago, and he said this is probably not the smartest place in the world to stand. He told me that they plan to pass 30 times, and that would be a surprise. They think they can do that on Michigan. In their ready playbook, they have 10 running plays and 40 passing plays. Now let's go back to Dick.
Now let's meet the Arizona State starting offense. At quarterback, senior Jeff Van Raphorst. An over 60% percentage passer, he threw for 15 touchdowns. At running back, the Sun Devils' leading rusher with 933 yards, junior Darrell Harris. The fullback is 217-pound junior Channing Williams. At wide receiver, a big play man, number 84, Aaron Cox, all-conference. Cox averaged over 20 yards a catch. The flanker is Bruce Hill, who doubles as a top kick returner. Two seniors share the tight end duties, Jeff Gallimore and Stein Koss. They had 39 catches between them. The Devils' all-Arizona line is anchored by All-American tackle Danny Villa, a 293-pound hammer. At guard, Randall McDaniel made some All-American teams 260 pounds and runs like a back. The center from Tucson, senior Kevin Thomas. At guard, Todd Kalis, a senior from Phoenix. And at tackle, the Chief, Jim Warren, a 300-pounder from Tempe. Those are the starters for Arizona State.
The captains of the two teams being called to the center of the field, where Pele will serve as the toss, apparently will toss the coin. Enjoyed meeting this great star. Well, you talk about the select few of the creme de la creme. Pele, a giant.
How charismatic. One-on-one, just a man that lights up a room.
Referee is Larry Thompson, a mixed crew of Big Ten and Pac-10 officials.
Captains of Michigan, captains of Arizona State, introduce yourselves. Michigan, you are the visitor, therefore you will call the coin. That is a head, that is a tail. Which one of you will call? You will call. Please call the coin before it is flipped by the Tournament of Roses Grand Marshal Pele. What is your call? Tails. Tails is called. It is heads. Arizona State has won the toss. You may kick, receive. You want to defer. Michigan, you may kick, receive, or defend a goal. You will receive. What goal will you defend? Turn around with your backs to it. Michigan will receive.
So Arizona State wants the ball to start the second half. It'll be Michigan who will receive to open this 73rd Rose Bowl game. By the way, today's coin is a platinum commemorative coin minted for the Rose Bowl. School emblems of the Michigan Wolverines and Arizona State Sun Devils are featured on one side and the Rose Bowl logo on the other. Now they'll join their respective coaches, and for 49-year-old John Cooper and 57-year-old Bo Schembechler, that final word to the athletes. And Bo, you call him a hands-on.
He's a hands-on coach. In fact, he calls the offense. If he plays for the Wolverines, he's a man who goes eye to eye with his players down there in the trenches. And even though he's a little bit older, he's still got plenty of energy.
John Cooper, who grew up near the University of Tennessee in a small farm area near Knoxville, always a Tennessee fan. He's 49, his second year, has produced the first ever Rose Bowl trip for an Arizona team in the Pac-10. He is more a coach who coaches coaches. He lays off, lets his assistants do the main work.
Delegates a lot of his responsibility to an offensive and defensive coordinator, but perhaps nowhere is the difference in style more evident than when you'll see John Don Cooper jump on the bench and begin to wave his yellow towel to get these Arizona fans stirred up here in the stadium.
Now, he'll wave his towel to help the fans along. If we see Bo wave anything, it'll be his cap at an official.
Better believe that, too.
The Wolverines, the maize and blue in their white uniforms in Arizona State, now will deploy in their maroon and gold. The kicker, number 6, Mike Shue from Mesa, Arizona. And the Wolverines in this first period will defend the goal to the north. There's no wind to speak of. The flags around this great stadium hanging limp. Michigan a slight favorite, as it has been the last 5 years. The Big Ten team favored, but the Pac-10 team finishing with a win. And Michigan trying to turn that around. They kick toward Jamie Morris, but it goes out of bounds and flags are down. There's a flag both at the 35-yard line and, of course, for the illegal procedure of the kick out of bounds.
I believe somebody was so excited, that emotional factor we talked about, that they jumped the gun and got across the line before the ball was kicked. They'll take one of those calls and move it back 5 yards and kick it again. And
Shue does not have great length on his kickoffs as it is, so he'll have to boot this one from the 30. Michigan should come up with good field position.
A dead ball foul. Illegal procedure. Remember, the kicking team stepped out before the kick. The ball will be re-kicked. 5-yard penalty.
Well, Shue has had a warm-up chance, and now Eric Campbell and Jamie Morris will deploy for the Wolverines deep. Morris on the near side.
Dick, we talked about the emotional factor. Down on that field, this is where it's at its peak. And you really need to take one good shot. You need to get in there and get popped one time before you can kind of settle down.
Kick off again, this time from the 30-yard line.
Arizona State 9-1-1, lost to Arizona in their last game, tied to Washington State. Michigan's perfect season ruined by the University of Minnesota. To Morris at the 10. The junior from Massachusetts is to the 33-yard line. Jim Harbaugh getting himself ready. Final word from Bo Schembechler. Bob Perryman, an outstanding runner and blocker at fullback, with Jamie Morris, a 1,000-yard rusher. Paul Jokic, the tall wide receiver. Greg, the talented freshman, and the tight end Jeff Brown. And that huge offensive line of Hussar, Dames, Vitale, Hammerstein, and Elliott. Elliott, the All-America. Number 72, the strong side tackle. From the 34, Morris fumbles, and Arizona State has not recovered. No signal yet. Apparently, Michigan retains possession. Morris was able to scoop it back, and almost that turnover that we saw haunting Iowa all of last. That nervousness we spoke of evidenced on this first play as the handoff goes awry from Harbaugh. It was never in the hands of Jamie Morris, and Jamie did a great job of getting that football out of the hands of Skip McClendon. Another angle, as it just was not a clean exchange. Morris grasp. It was there for a moment for McClendon, number 88. Second and long. Harbaugh's first throw is deep. For the freshman at the 45 of ASU. The receivers on toss-up, but Arizona State does not have anyone to match the speed of Greg McMurtry, number 1. He is a gazelle, much graceful downfield, and this is the kind of pattern you will see from both teams today, running down and to the inside. Both defensive backfields tend to drop way off that ball. Big play for the Wolverines. Yards and a first down. Tight end Derek Walker in motion, and flags go down. Let's go back to McMurtry as they discuss the penalty. Illegal procedure against Michigan. McMurtry from Brockton, Massachusetts, of course, the home of former heavyweight champion Rocky Marciano and Marvin Hagler, for that matter. He was the number 1 pick of the Boston Red Sox as an outfielder.
Dead ball. False start against the offense. Still first down.
McMurtry wearing number 1. The story is that was part of the recruiting technique of Schembechler. He said, if you come to Ann Arbor, you'll get number 1, Anthony Carter's number, and we want you to wear that symbol of being top. And he is great size, 6'3", 205. In baseball, they liken him to a Darryl Strawberry type. Morris, and a flag down. Face mask, it appeared, at the 48-yard line. As Trace Armstrong got him. So a fumble, a long pass completion, and 2 penalties spot the early going, and the emotions are there. Defensively for Arizona State, and this is one of the better defenses in the nation. Skip McClendon was a freshman at Northwestern. Sean Patterson, he has a bad knee. Larry McLaughlin will see several defensive men at that nose guard position. They're the linebackers. Scott Stephen twice, and all Pac-10 number 90.
First and 9 for the Wolverines.
Will catch the back 4 after this play. First down went with a face mask penalty. And it's Morris again, trying the center as you predicted, Merlin Olsen. He's down to the 41-yard line, short yardage. Greg Clark, who led the Devils in tackles through the course of the year, number 36, got Morris. Eric Allen and Jeff Joseph, although we'll see a lot of Anthony Parker, number 32, at that corner. Darren Willis, a hitter, and Robbie Boyd will be the deep men, although Boyd, that rover back, you'll find him most anywhere.
Dick, one of the things that is vastly different about these two coaches is their use of personnel, and that's something we ought to talk about early in this game.
It's a long 5 on second down. That's Gerald White, number 22, in the lineup for the Wolverines as the wingman. Harbaugh dumps it off, and Perryman has a first down at the 34. Skip McClendon, trailing the play, made the tackle.
What made that possible was the time to throw. Dan Saliomua at the nose slipped. They had a stunt down there. His feet went out from underneath him on the natural turf. They didn't get pressure from the inside, and then it was time to get that ball off to the receiver for the first down. There you see Scott Stephen, the Devilback, also falling down. So a lot of tripping and falling going on here in the early going. Again, I think these players have yet to settle down, get into the mold, get going.
First look at an option series there, and the dive man picks up a couple before Stacy Harvey, number 57, can make the tackle for the Sun Devils. Perriman for a couple. Harvey returning home, like so many of the Arizona State players from Southern California, but Harvey, 57, is the only man who played here in Pasadena, where he was a quarterback. The wishbone, and Morris trapped in the backfield. That's that lateral defensive speed of the Sun Devils, led by Scott Stephen.
Scott Stephen, they call him a Devilback. He'll play linebacker. He'll get up on the line of scrimmage in the pass rush. He'll drop back almost as a strong safety. Extremely quick. Little counterplay to Morris coming back against the grain. But watch number 90 flying in. Good open field tackle. And look how many red shirts, how many of those Arizona State players are flying in to help.
3rd and 8 for Harbaugh. Plenty of time. Morris. And it's a first down at the 18-yard line. A 14-yard play on 3rd and 8. Eric Allen made the hit, but Morris, an excellent reception under duress.
We mentioned Harbaugh's ability as a passer. This pass in the seam, both teams playing a high percentage of zone, and he had to hit it right there. Got a foot down. All you need to do is scrape that toe, and they'll give you the reception.
So the key plays on this drive for Michigan. have been passes to McMurtry 25 yards and Morris 14 yards on that third down. Morris. Touchdown, Michigan. Jamie Morris, 18 yards.
Gave the nod in the running back area to Michigan. We mentioned Morris's quickness. He's only 5'7". Not a huge back, but so quick that he's very difficult to get a hold of and difficult to tackle. Oh, and a quick two-point play.
And they've got it.
Michigan has never done that. Bo is pulling out all the stops today. They always line up their line to one side and then bring them in, but they didn't do it that time.
Gerald White collects the 2 points. It's 8-0 Wolverines. This is a different Michigan team. It's versatile, and it has a surprise or two. And Bo Schembechler goes for a 2-point play, and punter Monty Robbins hits Gerald White for 2 after
this touchdown play. Watch Jamie Morris just explode. Started off tackle and gets outside. It's the missed tackle right there by Darren Willis, number 4, and then a very determined effort. Look at Morris stretching over to lay that ball down, much like a run he made against Ohio State for a touchdown late in that game.
Morris, he's short on stature, as is his brother Joe Morris, but long on talent and desire. They say he's 179. Someone said 150 is closer. But now here's what they did on the extra point.
I asked Michigan if they've ever run a play with their players over there. They said, we've never done that. Well, they have now. A quick pass over there to Gerald White, and they caught Arizona State napping, and it's worth 2 points.
Mike Gillette throwing to Gerald White to make it 8-0. Pat Moons, number 3, to kick off for Michigan. Channing Williams, the fullback, has it taken right out of his grasp by Garrett. Chris Garrett, the wide receiver, is out to the 32-yard line. Now Arizona State on the field for the first time offensively, and Jeff Van 10, the quarterback. And here's the man that will operate with him, Channing Williams and Darrell Harris. Harris rushed for nearly 1,000 yards on the year. Aaron Cox is very dangerous, number 84. Bruce Hill is the other wide receiver. Jeff Gallimore, Stein Koss will share the tight end position via the All-America. McDaniel, Thomas, Kalis, and Warren, a big, big offensive line. From the 32, the Sun Devils begin. And Channing Williams, nothing there. Center of the Michigan defense stopping Williams after a yard gain. Messner, Harris, and Folkertsma, the front 3. Willingham, Moeller, who led the team in tackles. Andre McIntyre and Dieter Heron. Heron is the fastest of that core. Eric Campbell, the All-America Garland Rivers at the corners. Tony Gant and Ivan Hicks at safety. 2nd and 9 for ASU. Play action by Van Raphorst. Has a man open. It's Aaron Cox and a first down at the Michigan 45. Doug Mallory made the tackle, 23 yards on the play.
These defenses operate with the same style. Drop back, keep everything in front of you and inside of you. It means there's going to be an opening in the middle, behind the linebackers and in front of those defensive backs. We've seen both teams take advantage of that here in their first drives.
Now, just as Jim Harbaugh set up the touchdown with his passes, Van Raphorst gets Arizona State in Michigan territory, and this is Darrell Harris weaving his way to the 28-yard line. First down.
Dick, I mentioned that these two coaches feel differently about the use of their players. Bo is really the kind of guy that wants his best 11 on the field all the time. At the same time, on the other side of the field, John Cooper really has 2 people almost at every position alternating. There's Darrell Harris showing you some excellent quickness. Not a big back. They worry about his durability.
5'11.5" and listed at 180. He probably isn't that heavy. He's a junior from Pomona, California. First down inside the Michigan Wolverines lead. Harris again. And he's dropped for a loss outside the 30-yard line. And a solid hit. Folkertsma and McIntyre as the Big Ten celebrates a win in the Cotton Bowl. That final just in. The Buckeyes beat Southwest champion Texas A&M 28-12.
Man who was at the bottom of that stack, Billy Harris, nose tackle. When we talk about what's going to happen for this defense today, he is one of the most critical of those defenders from Michigan.
Second down, 11. Van Raphorst incomplete. He had two men open. Garrett cutting across and Paul Day underneath. And unable to come up with the catch was Day, the running back.
And again, that's something that can happen early. I credit that to emotion again. Someone just not running the disciplined pattern. You only want one receiver in that spot. The fact that there were two there actually caused it to be a missed pass.
Dean of Big Ten coaches, Shem Beckler, in his 18th year, looks at Arizona State set up with 3rd and 11, the shotgun for Van Raphorst. Good protection, going deep, incomplete to Hill. And I believe at the 30-yard line, Arizona State, well, they're going to bring on their field goal kicker, Kent Bostrom, but this will be a long one. In fact, if he makes it, could be the longest ever for the sophomore from Wheaton, Illinois. His longest yards it came last year in the Holiday Bowl. And this one would be 47 or 48 yards. Garrett, the wide receiver, is the holder.
Kent Bostrom will attempt the field goal.
A 47-yard attempt. His longest this year, as you saw, 46. No good. So Bostrom unable to connect from 47. And with 8 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the opening period of this Rose Bowl, it remains 8-0. It looked good most of the way, but tailed left wide at the end. Well, we talked about the New Year's Day being a time for emotion and for surprise as well. And for Bo Schembechler, 57, he's still learning some new tricks and showing them.
Amazing that he would, at 57, put in the wishbone and take the best parts of it, he says, to try and juice up this offense for his Michigan Wolverines. And then the gambling on the two-pointer. Boy, he brought them all out of the bag today.
Bob Perriman, after the missed field goal by Arizona State, not able to find much up the middle against that Sun Devil defense. 8-0 Wolverines as they march 66 yards in 9 plays in the opening possession of this game. And little Jamie Morris scooted 18 yards for the touchdown. And then on a quick count, Mike Gillette, the place kicker, threw a short pass to White, Gerald White, for the conversion, and Michigan leads 8-0 midway through the first quarter. Morris, he's tough in the open field. He must remind Arizona State fans that David Adams, who ran so very effectively, same size, same quickness for the University of Arizona.
If you talk to Jamie Morris about his brother Joe, who's built, as you said, just almost exactly to the same proportions, he'll tell you he's a half-inch taller. But I bet if you ask Joe, Joe says the same thing.
They have a great relationship, and there was an incident after the Ohio State game. He doesn't like to talk about Joe to the press. I mean, they have a close relationship, and brother Joe helps him out. But he just soon not talk about him. We'll finish that story as White comes out on a wing. 3rd and 4. Too much time, apparently. So that'll cost the Wolverines 5.
Who said Bo would mellow?
He's a
Delay the
fighter.
game. Gets the offense. 3rd down.
So back to Jamie Morris.
Here's the movement before we finish that, Dick. There's the movement, the lifting up by the center. That's what they call.
Morris, after the Ohio State game, apparently was being interviewed in the locker room, and Joe Morris had made a quick trip from the Meadowlands from practice into Ohio State to see the game, was standing next to him, and one of the reporters asked Jamie, had he heard from Joe? He said, I felt close to him all day. He kept telling me, run, 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 but never introduced him.
Look out.
Harbaugh in trouble, and down he goes, back at the 33. Scott Stephen, number 90, the senior from Los Angeles. And the Wolverines will have to punt for the first time. Monty Robbins, in the last Michigan game at Hawaii, kicked 182 yards for a Michigan record.
Anthony Parker deep.
Anthony Parker, a dangerous return man for the Sun Devils. No fair catch, and Parker pays for it. It's an interesting matchup. It's the nation's top net punting team, Michigan, against the best return team, Arizona State. Michigan wins that one.
25-yard line with a touchdown.
He led ASU to 3 straight Fiesta Bowl wins. Still leads the Devils with 59 career touchdown passes. He stayed in the Southwest to star as a Cowboy. He's Danny White.
Of course, Danny White and his daddy, Whizzer White, was a great running back with Arizona State and an All-America. Nebraska, 10, LSU 7 in the Sugar Bowl. And earlier, Auburn beat Southern California 16-7 in the Citrus. Ohio State has defeated Texas A&M 28-12 in the Cotton. That is not a final. We understand that game's still in progress.
Channing Williams, ball carrier.
Channing Williams, short yardage. The Sugar Bowl
Brought
score
down
is
by
halftime.
Number 49.
There.
Dick, we talked about the gambling nature of Bo Schembechler. But there's no question that with a month to get ready for this game, John Cooper will also be throwing a few interesting wrinkles into this game.
Van Raphorst. Running back Darrell Harris. And you can see the conservative nature of this Arizona State team, how Harris, as he started to move to the outside, protecting the ball. Arizona State incredibly lost only 4 fumbles all year.
John Cooper talks a great deal protecting the football, not only as a runner, but also as a passer. In fact, he had words with his quarterback earlier in the year about that. We'll talk about that.
3rd down and 3. Close to a first down as Harris, who absorbs quite a hit from Peter Heron, number 35, outside linebacker from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I don't believe he made it away. Dieter Heron, kind of the wild man, the free spirit of that Wolverine defense, there to put a real hit on him. Put him down. Harris unable to pick it up.
Earlier today, Auburn defeating USC 16-7 in the Citrus Bowl. Ted Holner's last game, short kick by Shue, but takes a kind Arizona State bounce inside the 25-yard line. 3 minutes and 43 seconds remain. First quarter, Michigan by 8.
Down by number 13, Jones.
Michigan with the early lead, 8-0, and the football at the Wolverine 24-yard line. A reminder, later in today's game, we'll be selecting the outstanding team. Budweiser will donate a total of $2,000 to the school's general scholarship funds. Jim Harbaugh comes out with White and Morris split behind him, and now they shift into the I. Morris the tailback. To Morris. Out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Scott Stephen with another tackle, 11 yards and a first down.
We talked about that huge offensive line. Number 72, Jumbo Elliott. What a horse he is. He's the strong tackle. There he is on the left side of your picture. Watch he and Mark Hammerstein just nailing Sean Patterson to the ground on that play. There was no room. That's like running into a wall in there.
First down across the 35 for Michigan. Morris. Ooh. He tests the center of the Sun Devil defense and earns 3. Stacy Harvey spearheading the charge. Elliott is 6'7", 306 pounds. Working again on Patterson. Was able to shuck the block and get in on the tackle. Elliott's just a junior, and they're already talking about possible Outland Award for him next year, Lombardi Award, Lineman of the Year. They remind Michigan fans Dan Deerdorf does Elliott. Flags are down. Harbaugh throws it away as he sidearms it. It was deflected by Jim Reynosa. Number 5 was putting on the pressure. Let's check the flag. It's against Michigan. And I guess, Merlin, one of the risks in having all of those offenses is you're going to have some illegal shifts and motions.
Oof, you are. That's Jumbo Elliott trying to shift somebody's head off to one side there.
Illegal shift against the offense is declined. Third down.
Electing to take the down, force Michigan into a 3rd and long situation.
3rd and 8.
Not much yet for John Cooper's Arizona State team. He's got to get things going here. Get him stopped. Get something on the board.
His best pass rushers in there. Number 94, Saute Sapolu. It's a draw and read well by the Sun Devils at the 40 as Clark and Harvey, those 2 inside linebackers, collaborate. And Michigan will have to punt it.
That's that quickness we talked about on defense. That kind of play with Jamie Morris, and you've seen how quick he is. Often will open up, give you a chance to pick up that first down. Clark read it well and was right there to shut it down.
Anthony Parker drops back deep for Arizona State. Junior from Tempe.
Anthony Parker.
Was injured in game 4 against UCLA. That averaged 22 yards a punt return. Got nothing on his first. Ooh, bad kick. And that's going to skip out of bounds in front of the Michigan bench at the 40-yard line. Make it the 39. Robbins, who averaged 44 yards a punt on the year, gets only 21 on that one.
I don't think you want to get close to Bo when you go to that sideline.
Next on NBC Sports, your New Year's continue. We invite you to stay with us for the Orange Bowl down to Miami as the explosive Oklahoma Sooners. Some still argue they think they're the best team in the country. They're rated number 3. And it's the number 9 ranked Razorbacks of Arkansas. That'll be coming your way next on NBC Sports. Van Raphorst to the pass on first down. And a fine catch across the way by Bruce Hill. Speared that one, did the senior from Antelope Valley High School out in Lancaster, California.
When Arizona State wants to get out to its flanker, Hill, they often will roll out. Van Raphorst, under pressure, had to fire that football. And again, you see them working on the little seams in that zone. But a fine play by Van Raphorst, who got that ball off under pressure, and an excellent catch by Hill.
Saw Hill really move Eric Campbell deep, and it was Herron who came back from the linebacker spot to get him out of bounds in Michigan territory at the 48. Draw out of Channing Williams, breaking the tackle, and he earns about 5. Herron in on the stop again.
Billy Harris, the nose tackle, has a chance to take him down in the backfield. Get Channing Williams as he starts. You'll see it here. Watch 56. Slips around, gets a hit right there, but couldn't get his arms locked around Channing Williams. It's a good job of picking up about 6.5 yards.
Two fullbacks are in, Channing Williams and Darren Tupper, number 48, on 2nd and 4. Williams breaking a tackle again, and he's to the Michigan 40, a yard shy of a first down.
Garland Rivers blitzing from the outside again with an opportunity to make the tackle in the backfield. That's twice in a row that Williams has been able to break away from those tackles and get some yardage.
We're in the final minute of the first quarter here at the Rose Bowl. Michigan scoring on its first possession and converting a two-point play, leading 8-0. Arizona State, the second visit into Wolverine territory. Here a 3rd and 1. Williams going to be close. That second effort might have earned the first down. John Willingham, 39. 49 Moeller in on the play. And it is a first down for Arizona State at the 38.
We talked about the movement of this defense for Michigan. Now watch these two tackles as they'll slide into the gaps to try and stop this play. Williams, who's coming in there as well, gets good blocking from McDaniel, 62, who just kept driving on his man to help make room.
That's what you were talking about, how Michigan trying to compensate. Maybe not the stronger defense in this game. And Rapphorst, good play action, but has to throw it away. Closest man was 83 Stein Koss, the tight end. He's clever with the ball, isn't he?
He certainly is. He's a very fluid quarterback. Good fake right here. And as a quarterback, he'll make that a legitimate kind of fake and then just continue to flow back to get set up. Michigan's defensive backs were not fooled, however.
Well, if you longtime fans of Big Ten football, if that sounds familiar, Van Rapphorst, his dad played with Ohio State when they won the Big Ten championship in '61, but the faculty of Ohio State voted not to send the team here. Channing Williams gets a good block on the corner, and the fullback is one tackle shy of a touchdown, brought down from behind at the 20-yard line after a 17-yard gain. Doug Mallory made the play.
That's an option play. Arizona State has not run the option all year. John Cooper, with a little extra time to get ready for this game, has put in the option, and people who know him know he wants to put in more of the option type plays. Watch the quick play here, kind of pulls people in and then flips it out to Channing Williams on the option, catching the Michigan defense by surprise. I'm sure they haven't seen Arizona State run that play before.
And that is the end of the first quarter. The second period would open with Arizona State deep.